Hey guys, welcome to another video here with Queen City Reefs and more. It's been a while since I've added any fish to this tank, but today we're actually adding a new order of fish that I ordered from Ocean's Devotion. They're based in California. So here's the box. We're gonna go ahead and open it. I'm gonna try to just make this real quick for you so you can see what fish I got. We actually have two things that I need to do today, and that is acclimate these fish, put them in the tank, and then I need to actually pack an order of SPS that I will be sending to someone who purchased some SPS from me on eBay. I'll quickly talk to you about that process. That's another big news for me is I'm getting to a point where the need to have to frag some happens when corals are about to touch. So before we get to that, let me just work on getting these fish acclimated and put into this tank, and then I'll talk to you about what makes me decide to frag a coral. It is two pairs, or I don't know if I would call them pairs, but it is a total of 4 of these Antheas, and I'll put the name on the bottom screen below there. But so far these ladies, because they're actually females, are looking great. And last but not least, it is an orange back Wrasse. I used to have one of these and they are very, very beautiful. The problem I had with the one I had though was that it jumped out of the tank. So I know that these Wrasses are known for jumping, and I have a lid on my Peninsula tank, so this guy will go straight into the Peninsula. And then these ladies here are gonna go into the Mega Matrix. I'm looking forward to seeing how they look in this tank. It's only 4, so I may add more in the future depending on how these do in here. And then we'll go from there. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll talk to you about real quick what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add water from this tank into these buckets. I'm gonna temperature acclimate these fish to the temperature of the tank water. And then I'm gonna open the bags and put them in the bucket. The reason for the bucket is because I'm gonna actually be using some safety stop. Now, I know the Ocean Devotion does actually quarantine their fish. They have their own process procedures. I've purchased from them before, and to this day, I have not had any issues with those fish. But this is what I want to do to make sure that I am being as precautious as I can. If you don't know how this works, pretty much high level overview of this is there's 2 different solutions in here. You dump one of the solutions into 1 gallon of water, mix it, and leave the fish in there for 45 minutes. You dump the other side of the solution into another bucket with 1 gallon of water, mix it, and then once the 45 minutes are done on bucket number 1, you move them over to bucket number 2 for another 45 minutes, and then after that you move them over into your tank. And this is what they call a rapid fish quarantine. Again, these fish were already pre-quarantined, so this is as a precaution. I'm not gonna bring you through this whole process. I've done this before in other videos, so if you wanna look at that, go ahead and please watch some of my previous videos. For now, I'm gonna just work on getting these fish in here, and I will bring you back once the fish are in here, and then I'll talk about the corals that I need to ship out. All right, and we are back. So for you, it was just a clap of a hand, a snap of a finger, a blink of an eye, and now we've already gone through unboxing the fish, acclimating them. They are now in this bucket with this portable air bubbler. Now that they're in the bucket, I have 45 minutes. I put a timer for 45 minutes to let me know when the fish are ready to go into the next bucket with the next solution. In the meantime, I have to pack some corals up. I have an order of corals that I actually sold on eBay. I post whatever I sell on Facebook. I also put it on eBay. I do shipping at your cost. Shameless self-plug. I'm gonna bring you closer here so that I can explain a little bit of how I make the decision on what to cut. All right, so here we go. What I am selling on this order is this frag plug, which I don't know the name of, but it reminds me of a bird's nest, but instead of green, it's red, right? Right behind that, there is the bubblegum digitata. This is a tabling acro, which is part of this. And then this one is actually part of That big boy right there. Or not big, but you know. Then it's also this tenuous, which came from right there. And this Cali Tort. Oh, and some Green's bird's nest, that's right. Look at this Green's bird's nest. How huge it is now. All right, so here's how I make my decisions sometimes. For the most part, I don't follow this religiously, but I try to, you know, not cut so much because I want these corals to fill in. But if you can see, this is the Walt Disney right there. If you see right behind that is an orange passion tenuous acro. And let me see if I can bring you from the top. If you notice, they're close to each other, and I've actually cut some branches that start pointing that way for that orange passion, and so that's normally what I do. Is if I see that some of these branches are going towards the direction of other corals, then I cut that. So here you've noticed I've actually cut a lot of this side, some of that side, because of the Sin City, cornbread Sin City tenuous right there, to make sure that it doesn't touch it. Now, long term, honestly, I am going to be doing some rescaping in this tank long term. I feel like there's a big boulder of rock over there. I possibly will take this out and put that boulder there and use that for several other SPS. Now that I know that this grows as a tabling acro, I may move it somewhere. I don't even know where yet, but I'll move it somewhere where it has plenty of room to grow. In that case, you saw that I cut some from the other side because that right there is a Bill Murray, and it's also tabling out. And so I cut some areas right there already, which I have somewhere here on the floor. This acro was growing in that direction, that one's growing in this one, so just to avoid that. Here, this bubblegum digi, I'm assuming, is what really killed this. I'll explain exactly what started. So it started just bleaching from the bottom, like STNing from the bottom and moving up. So I cut a bunch of the tips of that coral and put them on this, but I'm gonna really have to really get in there, cut the base off of that coral over there and move it somewhere else. I haven't really cut anything from here because everything, for whatever reason, everything on this side is still sort of small, if you can tell, yet everything on this side has grown a lot. Same thing for this Cali Tort. You know, you notice I'm gonna have to cut that area right there from the Walt Disney because it's starting to go towards it, and I might cut some that are pointing that way as well. And then some other corals like that one, like my PC Rainbow, I've cut just to make frag packs and make it worthwhile for someone to get a great price on very good looking corals. You know, as a matter of fact, let me add some pictures of pictures that I've taken of these corals under blues, so you can see how amazing they look under blues, and even whites, but I don't think the camera is really picking up what I'm seeing. I'll be packing them into this box right here. And so what I do is I've been saving boxes from either corals or fish that I've ordered, like the one that the fish just came in. I will make sure to save. And then I found these little containers at Target. So if anybody's interested, they sell these at Target for like $2.60 something for a 6-pack, and they are leak proof or something like that. At least that's what's advertised on the box. But I can tell you that I've already sent some with these, and they actually do. I had no issues, no leaks, no anything. So I'm actually really happy I found these, and then I can buy them in bulk. As a matter of fact, I actually found them at one time on sale for less than $2. So pretty cool. All right, so they're gonna go in here with an ice pack, being that we're in the warm season now, and I'm gonna ship it out. So for now, I am gonna continue working on this, what I just mentioned. I will bring you back once the fish are in, and the last clip you'll see on this quick update is of the Anthias in this tank and the Wrasse in that tank. All right, guys, see you in a minute. All right, guys, so the fish have gone through their safety stop. We are now on the last bucket right here because after that second bath, I decided to grab regular fish tank water, put it in here so it kind of washes that medicine off before we actually put them in there. We're gonna start with the Anthias, and we're gonna go ahead and give them their new home. So of course they're gonna go hide. You'll see one if you look through this area right here. You might be able to see it. See it right deep in there. Probably hard to see in camera. All right, so now we're gonna go drop off the Wrasse at the Peninsula. To be honest, I almost really wanted to put them in the Mega Matrix because I don't have any Wrasses over there, and I think it would be a great addition, but I don't have a lid, and I've already suffered once with it jumping out even with the lid on. But we'll see how this guy does. And that concludes this video. I already shipped those corals. They're on their way. They'll be at the buyer's home by tomorrow. As far as corals go, I am going to start posting corals on eBay. I will leave the information for where I sell corals from on eBay. You can either search Queen City Reefs or QCR. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Please consider hitting that like button. Leave a comment below. I'll catch you on the next one. All right, welcome back. So this actually is a whole day later because these guys definitely stayed hidden until today, which is literally 24 hours later. Their bright pink and yellow is just amazing. On the camera it's very washed out. Look at how beautiful those guys are. I just can't believe how fish have such amazing colors. Look at this Dulcimerior. If you pay attention to its patterns, it's just amazing. Anyways, I'm very happy with these fish. These again are from Ocean Devotion, LLC, based in California. I'm actually just surprised how shipping from over there. A lot of people always talk about how they have shipping issues. And I've been fortunate enough to not have to experience that, at least not yet, and let me knock on wood, because to this day now, I've had things shipped from him about 3 times already, and every single time they get here before 12 o'clock, and so far so good. You know, the fish arriving here healthy and you know, fish arriving looking very beautiful and healthy. So definitely very happy. The fact that I knew I don't have to worry about any parasites because he does his quarantine process on them before sending them out is also, you know, something that I can really appreciate, so that I don't have to do it. If you can, I mean, it's a great learning experience. I'd say that take things easy. If one thing I learned from quarantining myself is, you know, dosing the copper, is take it very slow, especially with sensitive fish. You know, do it through I would take 7 days to get to the level that the bottle recommended. All right, let's go check out the orangeback wrasse. Look at this beauty. He is showing off for us today. Yeah, this guy, they're all eating, let me tell you. So yesterday, none of the antias came out to eat. But this guy started eating a few hours after putting them in there when I actually fed the tank. The antias, now that they're out today, I did see them go after mysis and brine and everything that I put in there. I made sure to today feed frozen foods, just because I knew that that's what will get them to start eating first. And then I'll see if I can wean them into pellets and flakes. I feed a variety of everything. I know that my sand isn't looking too great, but this thing just comes and goes. It'll last like this for about a month, maybe less, and then it'll be cleared up, and then it comes back. Not something I worry about, to be honest. All right. Well, if you've gotten this far, I truly appreciate you sticking around to watch this episode of Queen City Reefs. If you have not subscribed yet, I really hope that you consider subscribing. There's more content to come out. I've been diligent about putting out a video every week, and I want to continue doing that. All I ask of you is to subscribe, like, and comment below. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one.